fellow warriors, I'm OhhhhMyJosh and welcome aboard the Joshticle. In the early days of Dynasty Warriors 9, there was an interview between producer Suzuki Akihiro and Famitsu. In it, Suzuki stated that they have planned to revise the traditional charge-based combat system. We'll fast forward to the present, and it looks like we now know what he meant. My fellow warriors, let me introduce you to the new age of combat, the state combo. What in the world is the state combo? It's the new moveset system that revolves around letting the player react in different ways depending on the situation. It is comprised of 3 types of consecutive attacks: trigger attacks, which initiates a combo; flow attacks, which are combos that change depending on the state of the enemy; and finishers, which ends a combo with a powerful attack. Pretty straightforward, but there's more. There are several types of trigger attacks. The ones confirmed so far are the blowaway trigger, which knocks enemies away; the juggle trigger, which sets enemies up to be juggled in the air; and the toppling trigger, which topples enemies to the ground. It doesn't end there, cause here are the flow attacks confirmed at the moment. Drive flow are attacks that pursue enemies that are blown away. Aerial flow is when the character jumps to perform aerial attacks. It's a lot to take in, but trust me, it's really simple once you wrap your head around it. As long as you remember the basic foundational order, trigger, flow, finisher, you'll be fine. To further aid you in this task, try putting the attacks together. Blowaway trigger leads to drive flow, which leads to finisher. Juggle trigger leads to aerial flow, which then leads to finisher. Yeah, I know, it's kinda hard since we don't have actual gameplay to demonstrate this, and all we have are these images, but yeah, try to use your imagination. So far, that's everything they've revealed about state combo. Now, I'm not too sure how to feel about it. It sure sounds cool and all, but it's still very much left to the imagination. I'll save my judgment until we receive actual gameplay footage. Now, the big question is whether this will replace the more traditional charge moveset system we've grown accustomed to for decades. I'll leave that discussion to you guys in the comment section. State combo, yay or nay? I say, why not? It's time for change, and as long as they don't repeat the mistakes of the Rambo gauge of Dynasty Warriors 6, I think we'll be just fine. On the topic of weapons, it turns out that the bow has returned in Dynasty Warriors 9. It's perfect for long distance combat, and the best part is that there are no restrictions. Any playable character can use it. To all my old school warriors out there, do you remember this feature? It was a neat little thing to use when you wanted to have some fun, but it wasn't very effective in the past games, so hopefully they give it some real firepower. Unlike the past games, a key difference here is that when firing, the view is akin to a third-person shooter rather than a first-person shooter. To end the video, I leave you with one last thing. According to one of my buddies named Kite, who is an amazing translator mind you, apparently the ability to equip other weapons is implied to be returning. If this turns out to be true, there is a very small chance the weapon switch system can also return. It has yet to be confirmed, so as always, take it with a grain of salt. All in all, the state combo could turn out to be one of the best things to ever happen to this series, but until we see actual gameplay, I'll continue to be cautious of it. But that concludes today's video, so until the next batch of juicy info, stay tuned for more Musou greatness. I'm OhhhMyJosh, and remember, do not pursue Liu Boo!